Creative writing video.
Hey everybody, Junkie here, and here we are by the podcast setup in the garage, and we don't have to go too far from this for tonight's unboxing. Right here in this drawer, we have the world's worst. I complained about these. These are black vinyl nitrile blend powder-free gloves. I don't even know the company. I think I looked around and I couldn't find the name of the company on here, but here's the, I don't even know who the hell these are made by. They just say made in China and imported by Solmark International. So horrible gloves. These gloves, as you can see, this is very close to my natural skin, a little bit whiter, but not as green. But we're going to compare those gloves to these awful hunks of junk right here. Let me turn those at least the right way. What I got here was some Auto Works white heavy-duty latex gloves, powder-free. I normally don't buy latex gloves. I normally buy nitrile gloves, but I thought I'd give these a shot. M for manly. These were also M for mangy. If you've noticed anything, you probably noticed that I sound like I have a piece of hay in my mouth. It's because I had that toothpick in my mouth. There we go. That's up there now. But anyways, the price of, quote, rubber gloves has gone up exponentially since COVID. And so basically, rubber gloves now that used to be $7 a box for like a box of 50 or 100 is now close to like $30. I think both of these were, I think these were actually like $10 or $11, and these were close to 30. That's why I bought these, is because I was like, oh wow, gloves for under like $20 a box, which I haven't seen since 2020. Well, I found out why. I fucked around and find it out. And these right here, they look like a garbage bag. They look pretty much like a takeout bag. They're crumpled. And the reason I'm mentioning that and insulting their looks, which I don't normally do about anything, especially if you know what I look like. I look horrid. But look at this. Most rubber gloves don't look like, or quote rubber gloves, don't look like this when you pull them out. And I don't know if these are because they're vinyl nitrile blend, and I don't usually buy vinyl or latex. I usually buy nitrile. And when you pull nitriles out, they're not all creased. They're like ready to go. They don't look this cheap. Also these, let me see if I can hold this camera steady with my thighs. I've been doing Thigh Master recently, so I should be able to. Here we go. So let me show you these. Woo, wobbly. You know where I stuck this onto, right at the end of. Look at this. I'll just look. You can see. First of all, you can see through it. That's a bad sign. First off, look at this. I pull them on half the time, and that happens. They just break, which is another bad sign. And look, they just peel right. Once they break, they just peel. Horrible. Never had this much trouble with latex or nitrile gloves where they peel and break. Maybe some thinner ones and you're working with sheet metal or something. But most of the time, I buy heavy-duty nitriles, and you can't do that. You cannot poke right through. That was 2 layers that I poked through right there. And I'm not strong by any means. I can lift about, my last bench press was about 23 pounds, and that I had a spotter. Whoops, sorry about that. I had a spotter. So I'm ripping these things up. Awful. Just awful. So garbage. I hate using them. The only reason I do use them is so I don't get solvents and everything on my hands, but guess what? It doesn't matter. It gets on them anyway, and it eats right through them. These things are garbage, and I'm getting hurt more than not hurt with them. I've been doing a lot of fiberglass stuff lately, and it pokes right through them and takes a little blood sample, and now I know how diabetics feel when they have to prick their finger and do the little blood sugar test, every couple hours. It's exactly what these things are. They're awful. The only thing they're good for is to keep the sweat from your hands on your hands still. And when they got a bunch of holes and rips in them and it's dripping out, it's not even good for that. Bye. So I thought I'd go the Michael Jackson route. Maybe if I draw some black lines on here, the Mickey Mouse route, and try these out. First and foremost, they already feel so crazy. I mean, I've done like latex casting for stuff, so I know how skin-like and real it feels. And these, I have to say, don't feel like putting on quote rubber gloves. They feel like it felt like sliding in a second skin. If you have 5 penises, this might feel make a great condom. I don't know, but anyways, this already, I'm gonna say this is a little thin too. You can see through it. You can see my inscription on my wedding ring in the ancient language of Timuria. So these aren't exactly thick either. And I already did notice at 1Q8 there's a pinhole right there. So if something were to poke me, or I was working with solvents or something, actually it'd get right through there and onto my hand. There's a weird little fisheye thing right here. I know I have like a bunch of calluses and weird scars on my hand, but that's on the glove, I think. Let me see. Yeah, that's on the glove. I was gonna say maybe it's not, but I moved it and it moved. So yeah, that's on the glove. So there might be a weak fisheye there. So far right out of the box, I'm not 100% impressed, but in comparison, in contrast, in stark differentiating means, I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. Comparing Bigfoots to Sasquatches, that is already better than this. And let me pull on this and see if it breaks. Here's the test right here. On the other ones, it would have already ripped when I went like gave a thumbs up. The thumb would have just shot off out of the garage into the neighbor's front yard. Let me see. Come on. Yeah. See, I can't even. Oh, there we go. Pulled right off. But like I said, that's a glitchy. We'll see if these things are garbage too. Did I spend 20 bucks for the same? Wow, I actually don't turn green on this camera. This light, it's this light that I have. It's got a filter on it that filters out certain like UV rays, UV sine waves or something like that. So it said it would help with skin tones, and mine's normally kind of greenish see-through. It actually doesn't look like that right now. Yeah, see, look, I can yank this baby now. That's what she said. And it's not, nothing's happening. Look, pull pretty far. Nothing's cracking or breaking. I think it was just because that hole was there. So already I'm way more impressed with these 3 gloves that I pulled out of the box than I was with half a box of these that I've suffered. I haven't even suffered through half a box. Maybe I have. I've been so depressed every single time I pull these out of the glove or out of the box. Hey, this is a glove box for all you car people. Anyway, every time I pull one out of there, a little tear falls back in. It's almost like I'm paying for this. My deposit for a glove is a tear. And yeah, I'm just gonna throw this straight in the trash. I don't actually have trash over there. I just threw it out into the rain gutter, so it's gonna go out into the ocean and eventually choke a few dolphins, but you know. So there we go. These, you are replacing them for right now, and so far, we'll see how these stand up. They're really thin, even though they say heavy duty. I'm used to not being able to feel anything through my gloves. However, I can say that those black gloves were so thin, even though they were black, when I pressed the home screen on my phone, it would unlock it. So I could see my fingerprints through. That's how thin they were. And these, even though they feel super thin, and I can see probably why they make condoms out of these, is because I'm losing zero sensation. If I was running my hands over this with some of my heavier nitrile gloves over body work, I might not feel an imperfection. But with these, man, I could probably feel a flea hair. You know, you'll run your finger over a little tiny imperfection, you could probably feel it. So that's my unboxing. Sorry it took 10 minutes to tell you that these gloves were better than the other ones, but I'm just here to break it down for you folks. Gloves ain't getting any cheaper since 2020. It's just like gas prices. They find out once you pay a certain dollar amount for these, they can just charge you that from now on. So try these Autowerks. I can see that it's German right there, so it's Autowerks. Heavy duty latex gloves, powder free. This is a new sensation for me, but putting these gloves on felt like putting 5 condoms onto 5 peanuts. How did I know that? What that feel? Anyway, I'm out. That's.
I hope you enjoyed this video, good sir.